Hello and namaste to all of you. This is Javian Shalu Singh from Department of Physiotherapy and Diagnosis from Jyoti Vidyapeeth Women's University. For today's lecture, I'll be talking about deficiency manifestations and assessment of B12 deficiency. Folate trap. Which is one of the important deficiency manifestations of vitamin B12. So in vitamin B12 deficiency, it causes simultaneous folate deficiency due to the folate trap. Therefore, all the manifestations of folate deficiency are also seen. Next will be a megaloblastic anemia. So in peripheral blood, megaloblast and in immature RBCs are observed. So abnormal homocysteine level. So in vitamin B12 deficiency, uh, it is blocked, that homocysteine is accumulated, leading to homocystinuria. The homocysteine level in blood is related with the myocardial infarction, so B12 and folic acid are protective against ischemic heart diseases. Next will be your demyelination. So in vitamin B12 deficiency, it is also suppressed due to non-availability of active methionine, and therefore methylation of phosphatidylethanolamine to phosphatidylcholine is not adequate, and this leads to deficiency formation of myelin sheath of nerves and demyelination and neurological lesions. Next will be a subacute combined degeneration. So damage to the nervous system is seen in B12 deficiency but not in your folate deficiency. So there is demyelination affecting cerebral cortex as well as dorsal column and pyramidal tract of the spinal cord. So since sensory and motor tracts are affected, it is named as combined degeneration. Symmetrical paresthesia of extremities, alterations of tendons, and deep senses and reflexes, and loss of position, sense, unsteadiness in gait, positive Romberg sign, falling when eyes are closed, positive Babinski sign, extensor plantar reflexes are seen, and achlorhydria, which is absence of acid in gastric juice, is associated with vitamin B12 deficiency. Now, assessment of B12 deficiency. Serum B12, it is quantitated by radioimmunoassay or by ELISA. So, next will be a Schilling's test or radioactive labeled cobalt 60 vitamin B12. So, 1 microgram is given orally, and in gastric atrophy cases, there is no absorption, hence, the entire radioactivity is excreted in feces, and radioactivity is not observed in live regions. So, if the cause is nutritional deficiency, there will be enhanced absorption, and then radioactivity is noted in liver regions with very little excretion in feces. Next is methylmalonic acid. So it is seen in basically urine. So next is your Figlu excretion test. Then your peripheral smear. So peripheral smear blood and blood bone marrow morphology shows megaloblastic anemia. Next is your homocystinuria. So the treatment, so if megaloblastic anemia is treated with folic acid alone, the anemia may improve, but associated neurological symptoms are aggravated. Hence, all macrocytic anemias are generally treated with folate and vitamin B12 deficiency, and therapeutic dose of B12 is 100 to 1000 micrograms by intramuscular injections. Next is your requirement of vitamin B12. Now, a normal daily requirement is 1 to 2 micrograms per day, and during pregnancy and lactation, it is increased to 2 mg per day. So, those who take folic acid should also take vitamin B12. Elderly people are advised to take B12 supplementation. Now, dietary sources. So, vitamin B12 is not present in vegetables. Liver is the richest source. Curd is good source because lactobacillus can synthesize B12. So that was all about vitamin B12. So further about choline we'll discuss in next lecture. So if you have any doubts regarding this lecture or any past sessions, you can contact me. Until then, take care and goodbye.